Back in the 90s, nobody could escape the console war that was Nintendo versus Sega. Now, me being born in 1991, I was more of a Nintendo fanboy, but I did have a Sega Genesis growing up. I had games like Sonic, Golden Axe, Shinobi. These were core formative memories of my gaming life, and later in life, I met my best friend Ryan, who was essentially the Sega to my Nintendo. Through him, I got to experience some really awesome games like Jet Set Radio, Nights into Dreams, and Shenmue. Sega always had that kind of edgy, cooler, older brother vibe, and that style's kind of stuck with me over the years. And today I'd like to poke around VRChat and showcase some of the amazing worlds that have ported that sense of style, nostalgia, and iconic worlds from that golden era. What's up, gamers? It's Nova, your favorite virtual explorer, and today I will be showcasing some of the best Sega maps that I could find in VRChat. Most of these worlds are going to be ports and recreations of these Sega worlds brought over to VRChat, and trust me, any Sega fan worth their rings is going to salivate at the level of quality that these maps have. So hold on to your bananas, because the first map we're going to is going to be a Super Monkey Ball inspired map that dives into the kind of quirky, arcadey style of old Sega classics. Really? Hold on to your bananas? Am I even allowed to say that? We're not using that take, right? First up is Super VR Ball by blueasis, and while it's not a direct port of Super Monkey Ball, it still keeps that energy and keeps the vibe while staying legally distinct. All assets and music were made by the creators of this map, and they've done a fantastic job on it. And instead of collecting bananas, you're collecting watermelons. Legally distinct. So hold on to your melon. You realize that doesn't sound any better, right? There are two different scoreboards on this map, depending on how you like to play your game. There's one for how fast you can beat each stage, and one for how many melons you can collect. So even if you're not a speedrunner going for the most optimal routes, you still have a chance to come out on top in your own category. If you do decide to go the watermelon route, it has a little bit of its own risk-reward system. So on the map, there are watermelons scattered all about. You collect those to increase your score. Now, by clearing a stage, you also get bonus watermelons. The amount of melons that you get from clearing the stage depends on how fast you beat the stage. And if you're playing with friends, the more people that complete the stage, the faster that number drops. So you kind of have to balance, do I want to rush to the end of the stage now, or do I have enough melons where I can get away with continuing to collect them on the stage? This map is awesome for chaotic game nights with friends. There's tons of different stages, ranging from a classic Super Monkey Ball feeling, to a green toxic wasteland, to a digital glitchy computer landscape. It's worlds like these that remind me, VRChat is a free experience, and we are eating good. The people who pour their heart into these free experiences deserve all the love, support, and recognition they deserve. So always remember, support and credit these creators whenever you can, because they are doing incredible work. Around that broader classic Sega era, we were also treated to this strange gem, Nights into Dreams. It's a game where you fly around and collect chips to get a high score, but the aesthetic was phenomenal. I mean, look at this. There's a little bit of representation of Nights in VRChat, but it's mostly just set pieces. One such representation are the uploads by JoshuqTheHusk, starting with the Dreamgate, which is sort of a hub world for maps from Night's Journey into Dreams, which was a Nintendo Wii game. Now, this is a hub map that links to other portals you can see in the background surrounding the outside of this fountain. They are all maps from that game. These aren't playable maps or anything like that, but they are really cool to walk around. If you're nostalgic specifically for this game, I recommend dropping in and checking out some of these portals and just taking a look around. Here's some scenery from those maps. If you're looking for a more playable Nights into Dreams experience, Nexus Tree 3000 has a Twin Seeds map that is so much fun. In order to activate the flight, you'll have to go to Player Abilities and then turn on Flight right there. The flight can feel a little bit janky because it makes you go very fast. It uses the Sachan flight control, so if you don't know how that works, when you're mid-air, use your left trigger to go directly up or your right trigger to go wherever you're pointing. And then you can fly through these rings and collect the chips that are floating around in the sky. Now, you don't get anything for completing it, but it does have some pretty satisfying sound effects, and I found myself enjoying this more than I thought I would. Now I'm down here. This is what you get for winning. This is your victory condition. Welcome to hell. Did that make anyone else feel super nostalgic? Phantasy Star Online, the original one for the Dreamcast, was ahead of its time. A full online action RPG from the comfort of a console. With this much atmosphere, I have a feeling that for a lot of the old Sega heads, this was their first experience with an online RPG, and oh my god, it was just dripping with sci-fi style. Now, as a disclaimer, I didn't play a ton of this game. I mostly watched my friend Ryan play it on his Dreamcast when I went over to his house for a sleepover, and I did dabble a little bit in a private server a couple years back, which, by the way, I highly recommend looking into if you're starved for that classic PSO action. It's a pretty thriving little community they've got going. But yeah, I mean, despite never getting too into it myself, I have nothing but immense appreciation and respect for this, honestly, impeccable port by Kazura. You load into the main hub, and from here you can travel to Forest 1. It has a menu system, different weapons to choose from, and actual combat. If you're in VR, you have to actually block attacks and swing at enemies. It can be a little overwhelming at times, honestly, but once it clicks, oh my god, it feels so immersive. If you break the boxes that are lying around the map, you might even find different weapons as well, and I highly recommend trying all of them out. They all play a little bit differently. At the end of the stage, you can even get a customizable PSO avatar, so if you feel like going through again, you can do it properly as a Humar if you want. This is a project that is actively being worked on by Kazura, and you can find out more about the roadmap as well as what they're working on over on their Discord. When you load into the map, there's this wonderful infographic screen. It will give you everything you need, from the VRChat group to the Twitter to the Discord. Everything is here. It's wildly ambitious, and honestly, I can't wait to see how far Kazura takes this. But not every Sega world in VRChat is a fully playable experience. Some are just little cozy pocket dimensions that let you exist in the world of one of your favorite games, even if it's just for a couple minutes before you hop to the next world. Take, for example, the Mystery Research Club map from Lost Judgment. David the Fricker decided to port this little slice of the game over, and it just has so much detail and charm to it. There's nothing to really do in this map, but it's really fun to just poke around for just a few minutes. I mean, even if you've never played Lost Judgment, the level of quality in this map is beautiful. It's honestly such a good little cozy map to just hang out with your friends for a little bit before continuing your adventure. There are also some Yakuza maps, but I haven't fully played the franchise. In fact, I've barely touched it at all, so I wasn't really sure which maps were good to showcase. But as far as I could tell, they are also kind of similar to the last map, where you just kind of go there, look around a little bit, and then move on. If you're a fan of the franchise, they're at least worth checking out. And while I don't know which ones to showcase, here's a couple that I picked out that I thought looked kind of nice. I also want to give an honorable mention to SS7 Goku 2000's Shenmue maps. I remember finding the original one way back when in my early days of VRChat, and it was just super fun to walk around in. From what I could tell, a big portion of like the main town area was ported over. Though it seems like they lost the files to it, so the old version's deprecated and they have a new one, Shenmue Udon. This one runs better, it has better post-processing, better transitions. You can tell that they are trying to improve what they learned from doing the first map and then applying it to this map. Now, my only gripe is it's very quiet in here. Like, eerily quiet. And I did figure out why. I went to the dojo and I found a video player, and the video player is not working. I'm guessing that the audio for the world is linked to the video player, like the background music. So unfortunately, some VRChat update must have broken it. You know how it is with the video players. And now you just have to wander the streets in silence. But I recommend putting on your favorite Shenmue track as you explore, and give this a couple minutes of your time. It's still worth looking at, and you can tell that SS7 Goku 2000 has poured so much love and passion into this project, and I think they deserve some appreciation and this honorable mention for that exact reason. Alright, I think we've taken a long enough break in these cozy maps. Let's get back into the things that I think Sega did best. The style, the personality, the bright colors, city streets, attitude, damn good music. Oh, I think you know where I'm going with this one, and if you've been around VRChat as long as I have, you've no doubt heard of this map already.
Jet Set, Groovy! Jet Set Radio!
Now, all that footage that you just saw was taken directly from JSR Festival by Lakuza. None of that was actual game footage. That was VRChat. How freaking cool is that? Lakuza is one of those creators where anytime you see a map with their name on it, you just know it's going to be really, really good. They're honestly one of my favorite world creators. So what we have here is an interactive, playable game world that's practically a port of Jet Set Radio. Not the full game, obviously, but there is 7 hours of gameplay here. That's not an exaggeration. 7 hours of gameplay. You can grind on rails, spray paint the walls, and collect graffiti souls as you wander the streets of the massive city of Shibuya-cho. If you come here with friends, there's also a radio system that you can do so that no matter where you are in the map, you can talk to your friends. But I've had some trouble with this before. I've had it where it doesn't work for me. Could have been another VRChat update breaking the map. I don't know, that seems to happen a lot around these parts. So, your mileage may vary. For those of you who like a real challenge, you can find rival gangs all around the city, and they have these little challenge maps that you can face. These maps are no joke, and they will put your skills to the test. Your wall riding, your double jumping, your grinding, all of it is going to be put to the test. Can you master all of them and get to the final boss of this map? Yes, there's a final boss, and yes, I've been there, and yes, it's hard. It's an actual genuine challenge. This is not for the faint of heart. This is genuinely difficult. But god damn, is it so good. Okay. I may have lost about 6 hours of my time recording footage for this map because I got sucked back into that gameplay loop again. We're not going to talk about it. But the show must go on, so it's time to hit the gas. Sega wasn't just quirky mascot characters and bright punchy personality. One thing they did exceptionally well is arcade racing games. So let's get in the driver's seat and go for a bit of a joyride. Let's start off by drifting through the forest in Crimson Fox VRC's Sega Rally Championship demo map. This map is oozing with retro racing style. The controls feel good, and the announcer voice telling you each upcoming turn. It is like a blast from my past. It's just pure fun zooming through this course. Oh, I'm sorry. You probably heard Sega and Racing Map and thought I was going to show a different map, didn't you? Another pretty popular map that was published at the end of last year. Now, why would I go and do something so silly as that? All right. So this Daytona USA map, it's good. Like, too good. It's so good. From the UI, to the sound effects, to the music, and even there's hidden collectibles you can find around the map. Plus, drifting in these cars feels damn good. Like, too fucking good. This map was made by Zone. Yes, that Zone. I spent a good amount of time in this map trying to get a faster and faster time. And I'm not much of a racing buff. It's just an addictive gameplay loop. It's so fun. Bring some friends along for the ride and race to see who can get through the fastest. Or if you don't have any friends, you can also turn on NPC cars as well. So you could do that with your friends too, but the joke doesn't land as well if I say that. But hey, don't neglect the state of your car. Make sure to drop by the pit stop once in a while and they'll fix you right back up. Another really cool thing about this map is that you have different camera angles you can switch between. By default, it puts you in a first-person point of view like you're actually driving the car. But if you press the jump button, the camera will pull back, and you can actually get a point of view from behind the car like the old arcade classic games. You can do this further zoomed out one, or if you don't like seeing the dashboard while you drive, you can also just go first person as the car. Congratulations, you are a car now. Are you proud of yourself? Ka-chow or something. But honestly, all of this is just what makes the map so dangerous, you know? It's not just about the music, it's not just about the aesthetic, but it's that addictive gameplay loop of one more lap, one more lap, one more lap. I can do better. I can turn that corner faster. I can do better. I know I was a little slow that time. I've learned how to drift better. Like, you keep wanting to improve and you'll keep coming back. And all that just to shave a half a second off your time. Speedrunners, man. Between Sega Rally and Daytona, it really shows that Sega knows how to make speed feel good and not overwhelming. Just loud, colorful, immediate, and fun to control. But you knew where this was going. You all knew where this was going. You can't talk about Sega and speed without the conversation being completely taken over by one particularly snarky mascot character. You know we were going to get here eventually. Let's talk about Sonic. Alright. No Sega video would be complete without talking about Sonic. You knew it. I knew it. Your non-gamer grandma knew it. Sega and Sonic are synonymous. I mean, he's the cornerstone of Sega. You can't think one without the other, and it's been that way since the Genesis era, acting as a foil to Mario all these years. And trust me when I say, the Sonic presence in VRChat is enormous. If you go to your world menu and type Sonic, you will be scrolling for a while. Honestly, I could make an entire video on just the Sonic portion of VRChat. But in the interest of this video ending, I am going to have to pick out one map that I think every Sonic fan needs to play at least once. I am talking about Tropical Resort Act 1, ported over from Sonic Colors by Gokonic 4. This map fucking rules. Woo. Also, that's, like, superimposed over top of everything. Why is that? Now, this isn't just one of those maps you go to and you ogle at it and go, ooh, so pretty colors. No, my dear viewer. In this map, you are Sonic. That's right, Gokonic is good at one thing, and that's making you feel like Sonic. And I know that's corny, but trust me. You get to jump right into Sonic's point of view and zoom through the stage, collecting rings, homing attack off of enemies, going through boosters, grinding on rails, and even finding those red rings that are hidden around the map. And I think it also tracks your score in time, which is something that I didn't like about the other maps by Gokonic, is that they didn't do that. The rings and the enemies were just set pieces, but in this one, they seem to actually impact your score. Because at the end, when you get to the end of the stage, it shows you your ranking. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Another addiction loop. Another fucking addiction loop. That's one thing Sega's always been good at. It's always been good at grabbing you by the throat and being like, oh, you thought you were done? You thought it was over? Do it again. Do it again. You can go better. You can do better. You can go faster. I know you can shave a second off of your time. I know you're better than this. You're better than this. Oh, sorry. That got a little personal. I'm sorry. But yeah, despite the limitations of VRChat, Gokonic has done a great job of making you just forget all those limitations. The way everything is implemented is so butter smooth that you start to feel like you're playing an actual VR port of Sonic Colors. And that is an impressive feat. And if you really want to try for a better score, I'm not going to stop you. There's no point, right? There's no point. Just rejoin the map, do it again, and try to aim for a better time and a better score. But hey, that's all the time I have for today. I hope this video was able to give you a little glimpse of a side of VRChat that maybe you've never looked at before. This platform has so many incredible spaces, ranging from beautiful landscapes to meme-filled game worlds. But hidden amongst all that, fandoms are thriving. The Sonic and Sega communities of VRChat are just one of many that are out there. Next time you're on, consider looking up worlds from your favorite game or series. You might be surprised at what you find. And as a reminder, everything that you saw today, completely free. You can download VRChat on Steam, on a Quest headset, or on a phone, completely free. Now, depending on your platform, you'll be able to see different things, sure, but this platform is free, man. Like, the least you can do is at least hop on, give it a try, check out some cool worlds, and even if you never look at it again, at least you tried it. You don't even need a VR headset. You can just play it on your keyboard and mouse. I had a friend that played it on a Steam Deck. And if you like this video, remember to like the video and subscribe for more positive VRChat content. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite Sega game growing up? I read all the comments and I will have a conversation with you, so let me know down below. You can also take the conversation to the Discord, link down in the description, to join the adventure even when the video's not live, even when we're dead, even when we are dead. And on that note, I will see you all in the next adventure. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.